Welcome.
Welcome.
What are you doing?
Give me a welcome.
I've got
Welcome.
Southern comfort running through my veins. My mama was the wind, and my daddy was a train. I'm the second coming of the midnight rider. I'm a modern day old soul singer, son of a gun and guitar slinger.
Welcome back. It's week 6, and we are dead in the middle of the best time to hunt for the entire year. The bucks are on their feet. Some of them's chasing does already. They're responding to calls, grunt, doe bleat, even a little bit of horns. You got to be careful with the horns. You don't want to intimidate a deer, run him off. And same thing with a grunt call. But they are responsive. They're on their feet. They're chasing does, and you got to get out there and hunt this week. That's all it boils down to. We have had success in our home camp here. Abby shot her a nice buck, which I'll tell you about here in just a little bit. She's our success story for the week. And we had a little failure story too. Not really a failure, but it's part of the deer hunting this time of the year is part of it. And so we'll tell you about that as well. But this week's focal point, I'm going to jump right into the focal point, is get out there and hunt. And use your calls. I'll tell you, the deadliest call in the woods right now is a grunt call. I know Roy showed us last week what you're supposed to do, but don't listen to him. When you grunt, you do not want to intimidate a deer. And you want to entice him in order so he can come whip whatever's around here running his doe and grunting. So you grunt, bah, 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 3 quick, 4 quick. Do it a little soft. A deer's going to be able to hear you. Understand that. And so grunt a little bit this week. See if that works for you. Also, doe bleat. I use a can. They actually make doe bleat calls. Either one you want to use. Do that behind a grunt and or in front of a grunt. And you put the two together, and a lot of times it'll get a buck to walk to you. That's the focal point of the week. It's use your calls, get out there and hunt. There's a good chance at any given time he's liable to walk by you. Hunt late this week. The moon's in full, and the deer are going to be on their feet in the middle of the day as well as they are early morning, late evening. So get out there and hunt. And up next we got Joey with the weather, and then after that we'll show you Abby's nice deer.
We're week 6 of our weather, and kind of had another bust this last week. I done pretty good till Thursday night. Looks like we had everybody had at least an inch and a half of rain, which I predicted no rain. That shows you the only one that knows the weather, the good Lord. And all I can do is tell you what I can see. But looking at this next week, and especially for the next 2 or 3 weeks, a ridge is going to be built in the eastern United States. And what that typically means is high pressure, warmer temperatures for the next week. We're going to have a little bit of a cool period this weekend. It's going to turn mild next week. Probably a chance of showers Thursday night or so, Wednesday night or Thursday morning, and that's going to be about it. We're going to be looking for milder temperatures for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And what this is going to do to deer hunting, I don't know, but we sure had a good time last night. And Josh will tell you all about what happened last night as Josh and Abby and myself were hunting together. And didn't pan out quite for me, but it did for Abby, but he'll tell you all about that. But anyway, everything's still, a trough will start developing more in the east as we go into later in the month, maybe last week of November into December. I'm still thinking it's going to be a real cold December for you deer hunters. But we're going to have to get by the next 2 weeks during the rut and through the rut, milder temperatures, just going to have to stay in the stands, hunt hard, and kill you a big one. And that's where Josh and myself's going this weekend. We're going to be headed to the hills, try to kill a big buck, and I hope everybody out there does the same.
All right, here's the deal. I put Abby on this big buck tonight, and we did not know it was there. We knew probably a good deer was there, but didn't know this particular deer was there. I had to beg her to go hunting with me, and that's the honest truth. She wanted to stay home with her baby, and I understand that. But, I begged her to go hunting with me, and she went hunting with me. And
I did the good wife thing.
Did the good wife thing. She was just trying to please me, and we got in the stand about 5:20. I mean, it was late. We got in the stand late, and had no luck. Didn't see the first deer until probably 6:30. And doe and a small little buck come out and started eating a little bit, and Oh, it was getting dark in a hurry, and it was all but that time. And I looked up, and me and Abby both heard a deer moving. And I looked up my binoculars at a shooting lane we got, and he walked out in the shooting lane, and just like that, he walked back in the thicket. I told Abby get her gun up, ready to go. He's going to come out here in front of us, and she got her gun up, and I had the binoculars on, and he walked out there, and he stopped on his own. I was going to stop him, but he stopped on his own, and she found him in the scope, pulled the trigger, and busted him, and he fell out right there in a hurry. And she made a good shot, and that was it. But it's a heck of a fourth deer for her, and this is her third buck in North Carolina. So it's just a good all-around deer for Davidson County, that's for sure. So, anything to say from you?
I guess I have to do the cheesy thing and thank my guide for putting me on a nice buck.
And what's even worse, the guide's holding the camera there, realistically. We set this stand up, we put this ground blind up in a spot we've known and hunted for a couple years, but my dad, who's behind the camera, and my sister actually hunted this same spot last night, did not see a deer, and my sister's not very happy about it. She's happy Abby killed the deer, but she's not very happy that her guide didn't kill the deer for her, help her kill the deer. So, but anyway, that's what happens when you hunt around here. That's why you just got to hunt. You never know this time of the year, that's for sure. And he was a full-grown rut, and he was looking for a doe. Some reason, I don't know how Roy got in the picture there, but Roy jumped in there and got a picture with this deer, act like he killed it. He just happened to walk up on the street. We've finally sent him back to West Virginia. I don't know how long he'll stay. I sure hope he ain't stopped by our place in Virginia and screwing up all them deer right now. He's probably up there walking around, smoking that cigarette. I don't know what all he does all the time, but that's Abby's deer. And our failure story is exactly what I was talking to you about whenever I said that about Audrey and Dad going hunting. We set up this ground blind on a day before Abby killed this deer. And Audrey and Dad hunted it that evening, basically the same as far as weather, same everything. It was a little loud at our hunting ground that day. There'd been some work close by and stuff like that, but set up the ground blind. Audrey and Dad sat there all evening and did not see a deer. And we go by the next evening and seen 3 different ones, and this shooter buck come by and Abby shot it. So not really anything Audrey could have done, but it's just failure in the fact that it's that time of the year, and that's deer hunting for you. So Audrey, we'll get her one this year. If I have to take her myself, we'll make sure she gets a deer. So, and I'll promise you there, Audrey, when you're watching this, we'll get you a deer for sure, because ain't nobody else gonna help you apparently. So, but anyway, that's basically it this week. Our stand selection's simple as well. Get in the stand where you know there's does coming through. The does are what the bucks are after. They will come by to scent check to see if any does are coming in heat, if they're not already with them. So wherever your does are at, it's where you need to be, and the buck will come strolling along anytime. So that's it for this week. We'll be back next week. Hopefully a lot more success stories. We've got a few more, and I'm actually put them on the Hunter's Guide Facebook page, and you can go to it, A Hunter's Guide Facebook. Go and like it. And I'll put them on the page of some more success stories that people are sending me right now. So check it out this week. Kill big bucks. And I'll see you right here next week. And send me your stuff, and you can be my success story if it's a big one. We'll go from there. See you.